how to fix all redirection plugin errors. That's what I'll show you in this video. I have prepared a list of essential steps to fix any and all errors within WordPress. I will show you several ways to solve the problem you are facing without having to waste your time searching all over the internet. Everything you need, I will deliver it to you here and now in the quickest and easiest way. And most importantly, you don't need any experience for this. Here's a very important step that you cannot neglect. Use good website hosting. 90% of the problems we encounter on WordPress sites are always related to the hosting company. In some cases, the PHP version is out of date. In other cases, PHP does not have an extension allowed or features are missing. Therefore, we recommend Hostinger servers so that you can use PHP in your hosting company, regardless of which country in the world you are in. They have multi-language support, and they serve the entire world. They have a specific plan for WordPress with management, and it is one of the best plans for WordPress. We tested several sites within these plans. From the initial plan, you can host from 100 websites, and they are compatible with absolutely everyone. All the plugins we have tested to date, we have not found any plugin that does not work within the Hostinger environment. They also have a system within the panel to check viruses within WordPress installations, make updates within the panel, and check plugin compatibility, which will help you resolve most problems. There's a link in the description, and if you're purchasing an annual plan or longer, use our link to support our channel. One very important thing, as Rotchinger has a money-back policy if you don't like the product, you can simply do the following. By hosting from Rotchinger, install a WordPress site. Install all the themes and plugins you have on your current website. Check if it will work. If it works, you know the problem is with your website hosting and it's time for you to migrate. All you have to do is bring your website to Hostinger. Even Hostinger does the migration for you free of charge. All you have to do is join one of their plans. I recommend Cloud Startup for sites that need more performance, and call the support team and they will help you with the migration process. Before making any changes, you must back up your environment. It is very important to have a backup of your website. Even if it has a problem, make a backup of the website to its current state. You can ask your hosting company's support team, or you can hire Hostinger, link in the description, and you can have their automatic backup. Backing up on the Hostinger panel is very simple to do. I'm going to teach here, and almost every hosting company is the same. Within your hosting company's dashboard, you go to Files, and you will have the Backups option. Coming here to the Backups option, I can click on Create New Backup. I come to Select. It warns me that it will overwrite the previous backup. Continue, and it starts creating my backup. I have to wait until this backup is complete, so I can start making the changes that will fix the problems with the plugins and themes within my website. Okay, backup completed. Now you can go to your website, make the necessary changes. If you have a problem, it's very simple to restore the backup. You can come here to restore the website. Select the date of the backup you made. Click on Restore, and it carries out the entire process. This set hosting. If you are using another hosting company, just contact technical support and they will help you resolve the issue and perform a restoration if necessary. This is the first step to solving problems. In fact, if you have a problem and don't have any new information on the site, you can try restoring old backups to see if it fixes the problem you're getting. In some cases, simply clearing the cache solves problems within WordPress. So what are we going to do? By clicking here next to the refresh button, we go to Site Settings. Go to Delete Data, delete the data, reset the permissions, and reload the page. But instead of clicking the reload button, I'm going to press it on the keyboard. Control and the F5 key so that I can do a reload without cache. Once this is done, the page will be reloaded without using the cache, and if I have any problems caused by the cache, it will be resolved. Increase PHP memory. This is a step that solves most cases of problems with plugins, especially cases of instability, when the site goes on and off. Let's go. Coming to your hosting company's dashboard, you can click here on Advanced PHP Configuration, and you will land on this screen. You go to PHP Options. You will go down to the option that talks about PHP memory. Here I have it set to 512 megas. I can change it to 1024. Keeping in mind that my plan has 3 gigs. Incredible, 3 gigs of RAM. I can change, for example, to 1024, come down here, save, and this step, after a few seconds, can completely change the performance of your website, including making several plugins that were stopping working due to the use of PHP are available on your website. Excessive memory or not excessive, just the necessary usage, get them back up and running. So, check with your hosting company if your plan has memory values greater than 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabytes. Ideally, plans should have more than that because PHP is just one of the parts that will use your hosting's memory. Changing the PHP version can be one of the important steps in fixing a problem on your WordPress website. Regardless of whether the problem is with a theme or a plugin, the PHP version must be compatible with it. Let's go. Accessing the dashboard of my hosting system, I can go to Advanced, the PHP configuration, and choose the version of PHP I want to use. Each hosting company has a different panel, but they all have the option to change PHP versions. Currently, PHP 7.4 is the most compatible with all WordPress themes and plugins. PHP 8.0 performs well within WordPress, but it still has some incompatibilities with some themes and plugins that the developers haven't updated yet. So, we recommend that you switch to PHP version 7.4. Click Update so that it applies the change. Wait about 3 minutes and try again to access your website, remembering to clear the cache every time you make a change. A very simple step that can solve many problems is to disable the CDN network if you use it on your WordPress. Some plugins and themes may have problems with the content that is available via CDN. Networks such as Cloudflare, CDN Max, among others, can be temporarily or permanently disabled to resolve issues with your WordPress site. So in our example, I'm going to go to Cloudflare and disable the CDN network. I'll click Edit on my DNS entry and disable the proxy. By clicking Save, I disable the CDN service, and in about 30 to 40 minutes, I can try again to access my website. Time is money. If you need a team to solve problems with your applications, your infrastructure, and your web application, contact us. The link in the description has our calendar open to the public with hours and days that you can select. Check out and receive our exclusive service from a bunch of technology-mad people for a client who needs it. Your time is worth a lot to us. If you don't want to, that's okay. Just watch the video until the end, and I'm sure you'll be able to solve your problem. If you want to make money solving WordPress problems, there's a link in the description that will take you to the best training there is. I want you to think about the following. What do you think is most likely? That someone pays you $1,000 for a website that they don't even know if they need? Or that someone who already has a website working and has a problem pays you $1,000 to solve it? Solve problems with tools that already exist. It is a huge and little explored market. You have the opportunity to work on the urgency. the need of businesses that are already active. Click on the link in the description, and I'm sure you'll like it. And if none of the other steps in this video were able to solve your problem, I will now teach you how to contact redirection support directly. Let's go. I'll leave this link here to wordpress.org in the first pinned comment, so you can access this page where I'm here. By using the link I left in the pinned comment, you will be able to log into your WordPress.org account and re-enter this page here. We go to the support part. Entering the support part, we will create a topic that is nothing more than a ticket that we will send to the plugin support team. Let's go. You put a little title here on the link you are going to send. Put the link to your website, and we are now going to leave the golden tip of this video, which is this copy. This little text ready that we will also leave in the first comment pinned for you can use as a basis to send your message. Here we have already separated out everything you need to send to the support team so they can help you as soon as possible in the most efficient way possible. The first thing you will enter is your hosting company. In my case here, I will enter Hostinger. You will also enter the version of your PHP, the version of your WordPress, the version of their plugin that you are using, and you will also place all the plugins that you have active on your website, even if they have no connection between them. It can cause some type of error that leads to the error you are receiving when you try to use their plugin. Okay. If you have a cache plugin, remember to separate it from your plugins and make it clear whether it was active or not at the time you received the error message. As I taught you how to activate WP debug a few steps ago, if you have received any type of message there, also add it here, the message you will send to support. Okay. Finally, here within the writing part of the message body, we will add two very short sentences, two short texts explaining firstly what you are trying to do and how it should work, and then you will write another very short text also explaining how it actually works. Is it working, and how are you getting this error that you are trying to resolve? Okay. Finally, we are going to put some topic tags here to explain that this is a topic talking about errors. And before we send some boxes here referring to the content, I believe that these first two are from the topic to explain that this here. You need to mark it, but it's always worth reading it here if it's consistent with what you wrote in your support message. Remembering that you have to fill in your information. What I put here was just to illustrate for. You mark these first two here, but you probably won't need it. I only recommend that you mark this last one here. It could notify you via email when your ticket has been answered. Okay. A tip before we send this here. Whenever you write any type of message to send regardless of the language you speak, which you usually write this message in English, as it is the most used language on the web. This will definitely get your ticket answered faster than if you wrote it in any other language. And that's it. You can submit it here. It will send this message directly to plugin support, and you'll just have to wait for them to answer you. And that's it. This video ends here. Thanks. Said.